All right, so about 4 more minutes. David Concepcion is here. Let me turn this off for a second. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what do we got here? Jalen is here. Let's go do attendance real quick. The rest of you keyed up and ready, sir? Where we at? We got Journey, Jalen. Mr. Sanders is not present. William McDaniel is not present. Tayana Harrison? I don't see her. We're missing Miss Greer. I gotta check and see if she knows that she's supposed to be in class. Just saw her.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, 1 second. Greer, she show up? I gotta find her. Bingo! I like my repository so much. Okay. So hopefully she got that. Share it to office. So attendance is locked. And Vega will know. All right, now I'm gonna give the floor to Mr. Rush. Shush. All right, Rush.
All right. Let me see. Let's see who in here.
There she goes.
All right. So, Journey, you could read the 5 basic norms, get these points.
No one has the right to hurt another person. Education in the classroom are sacred. We will never behave in a way that would discredit ourselves, our school, or our family. In Excel Academy Southwest student always acts with integrity. We take pride in Excel Academy in Southwest.
All right. Thanks, Journey. David, read the academic norms. Unmute yourself, Dave.
We respect the opinions of others. We respect the culture of the classroom. We are attentive and participate. We have high expectations of ourselves, our peers, and our teachers. We are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavor.
All right, good job, Dave. That's some points for you. That's some
Very
points.
good job. Very good.
GGI Townhouse. For those who don't know, technically it is mandatory. I don't gotta give everybody a 3rd degree because some people on the call do attend GGI, but it is mandatory for those who did not know by some reason. It's really beneficial because you're finding out a lot of information, benefits, ways to make money. You got so many things going on, and GGI and Townhouse is so informative. It's so beneficial also because Tyler, just like his classes, when he's giving out all these extra points and all this extra credit stuff going on, getting tossed around, you don't have to just get in his class. You can also collect some of them points from Tyler in GGI and Townhouse. You know what I mean? So he's really trying to help y'all out. He's going above and beyond to help y'all out. Y'all not even taking advantage of it. I would just recommend, excuse me, I would recommend that if you're not going to GGIs and Townhouses, that you start. Because I don't see why. It's a no-brainer. I would go, just to get the points and just to get some knowledge and some opportunities. It's like job opportunities, program education opportunities, college decision makings, and people all from the military and army. Just everywhere. Black colleges, teaching you about what's there at the college and. So it's just so much going on in GGI Town. So I don't want to, talk y'all head off, but I just want to make y'all aware of all the things you're missing out on. So start going. If you can, start going. Student referral contest. First place, second place, third place. No one has taken advantage of because, a lot of people is not doing a lot of recruiting, which is another thing I don't understand, because I would, for a PlayStation 5 for free. You know what I mean? I would be trying to bring my whole block to school. You know what I'm saying? I'm not my whole neighborhood for a PlayStation 5. That's about like $600 in the store or something like that. But anyways, we got a handful of people that took advantage of the first 4 students to refer a friend, the $50 gift card. But nobody's in the running for the first, second, or third place yet, which is some good money. So take advantage, y'all. Refer some friends, family, whatever. Take advantage. All right, who wants to take advantage of these points? Again, it's points getting thrown around. If you know you might need the points, I would just start reading, reading these slides and getting your points up. Just in case y'all might slack a few points and need some extra points. This y'all chance to get them points, to get that towards y'all grade and towards your assignments and stuff like that. So who want to read this right here?
Me.
All right, go ahead, Journey.
Every Wednesday and Thursday, learn the code from the convenience of your home and get extra credit for some of your classes. The pandemic's effect on coding job market. Why learn to code? The surprisingly broad benefits of coding. Interested, join by clicking the link at 4 p.m.
Cool, cool. All right, so Tyler just posted in the chat the sign up sheet for that. Let's code. All right, who would like to read the daily task and the text below it for some more points?
Me.
Go ahead, Journey. I ain't gonna stop you. Go ahead.
Students will be able to complete the evaluation at ESB. Hello, all aspiring STEM students. Welcome to class. Inside of ESB can access all pre-recorded videos of each class. These videos are normally ready to review by 4 p.m. daily.
Good job, man. She she did that with no effort. All right, cool. What we got next, Tyler? The link for his that's the link for his Bitmoji classroom for all of the information that you guys might need. He got it in his Bitmoji classroom. All right, next screen. Who would love to read this one?
Me.
Go ahead, MVP.
Students will be able to evaluate the definition of average velocity with respect to discipline and elapsed time. Classroom term of the day, discipline. Word of the day, debunk.
Yeah,
So
that's
displacement.
yeah.
Displacement.
I
Yeah,
was about to correct. Hey, Tyler, stop stealing my shine, man. I was about to correct her right there.
All right, my bad.
All right, good job, Journey. What we got next?
Well, next is Edsby, of course, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's grab this from the chat. You should be logged into your physics class, right? This is the second period. And moving forward, I'm not going to be typing up everything for you, right? But I'm going to finish off this problem we worked on Monday. So Monday we started this. A lot of you should have checked out the notes in the video. But we're going to finish the problem off. And a few students already got scored for what they did do. So if you did do some things and, don't think you're done, because the second part is how do you actually solve it? And a lot of students didn't solve it. So we're going to go through it. They just did the first part, which is good. But you're going to have to resubmit it once we finish this problem. And I'm talking about this problem here. So I'm going to have a student read it. I got to put it in 2 parts, right? So do the first part and the second part. Now, you've had since Monday to try to get this part done. I'm about to do the solution part. That's going on 3 days, right? Okay, so Rush, you go ahead and choose who you would like to read that.
Well, you know who ain't gonna let me choose because she own it. Go ahead. You know who you is.
Hello and good day to all physicists. Synchronous problems are done in class. Asynchronous problems are completed at home. An athlete sprints 71.3 meters in 6.87 seconds, stops, and then walks slowly back to the starting line in 12.8 seconds. If the direction of the sprint is taken to be positive, what are A, the average sprint velocity, and B, the average walking velocity?
Good job. So what did she got about
Okay.
3,000?
So now, What did you say, Rush? I'm sorry.
I'm not joking. I said, so what, she got about 3,000 points already?
That's funny. That's why I
She got
wish I.
all the slots.
She got about for that first portion that was 30 points, but there's another 15 points for someone else. We can't keep putting on Journey. We got
No,
Miss
no, no, no.
Greer.
I know. I'm gonna just
We got
let her rock.
Share the Wealth.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm just
So there's the next section.
with the next section.
Yes, 2A in the chat, all the way down to Zen.
Oh, okay.
So you choose.
We're gonna do Janaya.
Okay.
I'm about to put Janaya on the spot.
As if she's there. Miss Greer, are you present? She's really good with the work though at times. I ain't gonna lie, she gets a lot done.
All right, well, if she's not there, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it to Jalen.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Go ahead, Jalen, do your thing.
Turn your mic on, Jalen.
Oh, okay. Today's objective.
No sir.
Click that link in the chat.
You see the chat? It says 2A.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, okay.
There you go.
An athlete sprints 92.4 meters in 8.49 seconds, stops, and then walks slowly back to the starting line. In 29.6 seconds, if the direction of the sprint is taken to be positive, what are the average sprint velocity and the average walk velocity? You will need to type the steps towards the answer in Google Docs and also download the PDF version to be uploaded, submitted to SB for grading. Then one out there in the same.
Thank you, sir. All right, so let's go through this, right? I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna use a student's notes, right? And I want you guys to use the same notes, but let me see if I can find my notes because I had them up, but then I had to reboot. Lord, this is not like being in the building. If I was in the building, I could find my stuff faster. Every time you have to reboot, you're starting over. And Rush, we gotta talk because I don't know if you're aware. Yeah, we'll just talk. I don't want to throw it out there yet and ruin it. But it's some super complicated stuff I'm doing. Give me 1 second, everybody. I want to pull up the most previous assignment we did together and show you. And I'm going to help you out. I'm going to pretty much put into Edsby. So find the assignment and put it in here now that you need to look at so you can actually do. Just use it as a reference. You could do the notes. So let me come out of this. This is chat transcripts. That's not what I want. This says do now, right? That's why I do it this way. I'm so awesome. All right. No, that's robotics. That's not it. So while you're doing this, you might want to log into your Google app. Go to Google Docs. And there we go. So you can see if you can see my screen. This is what we was working on yesterday, right? If you can see what I'm doing, it says you can. There you go. And this is what we've done, like since on Monday. You should have at least this much done. Now, some students are messing up. This has to be in the center. Stop copying and pasting the notes over and not doing the edits. Where it says TI, it shouldn't say T big I. It should say lowercase I, right? And it's subscript I. So these are points that get shaved off if you don't do these things. And the problem is not done because this is part A and part B we got to do. So I'm going to do part A, and then I'm going to want you all to do part B. And then we're going to spend some more time on the second problem, which is your asynchronous problem, and finishing up today. These problems will show up on your first quiz. So use this time to do it with me. If you don't have these notes, I'm going to take a moment and put it in Esri for you as a PDF. The reason I do it as a PDF and not a shared doc is because I don't want students cheating. If I give you a Google Doc, you'll just copy the information over. I'm done. We're not doing that. You can't get you ready for the real world if we're cutting corners, everybody. So I'm going to go to PDF. You had something you want to say, Rush? Oh, okay. No, I heard something. I didn't know.
Can you explain that one more time?
Explain what?
The PDF part.
Oh, sure. So this is what you usually do. This is when you're done with everything, right? So I'm gonna go to file. You don't do this in the right now journey, but this is what you would do if you're done and you want to put it in Etsy for grading. So file, download, PDF. Okay. That's when you're done with everything though. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the PDF in here. I want you all to go to Esby in a moment. And I just want to leave it up here, what you should see and what you should have done so far. This is what you should have turned in or at least be ready to share out on your screen. You should have a document. We did all this on Monday. This is all you had to make sure you had to do because I'm about to do the problems with you guys. But let me come over here. And in the assignment, I'm going to show you guys how you know what your scores are and how to keep up with your grades. Inside of the assignment, you'll see it in one moment. You will have a PDF of the notes from moving forward. When I get done with notes, I'm just going to put the PDF in there. But it's going to be hard because you're going to try to copy it over and it won't be edited correctly, right? So let's browse your computer. Make sure you guys have this. And I didn't put it on there on purpose because you won't see the notes until a certain day. So you didn't do it with me in class, you're going to pay for it dearly because it means you procrastinated. Okay, so is this the assignment? Where is it at? Okay, Google's acting crazy. It's supposed to say do now. There it is. Oopsie. Okay. All right, so let me save this. And then I'm going to show you how to get to the example. And I want to give you 10 minutes to do that, but I want to do the first problem with you first. So let's go through how you know how to find things in Etsy. Because all this week is like your training week. Next week, I'm gonna be like, hey, check out this video because you forgot how to do some things. I'm not gonna be answering questions in class because what that does is we slow down the class because you didn't do something from the past, which is check out the videos. Now, show you this real quick. You should see my screen. This is pretty much Esby. You should be logged in with me, right? Now, your library is going to be your lifesaver. So you click on library. And inside the library, you'll have certain sections of videos, recordings, right? You're going to go to those to get any day recordings. Every day I record. The only days I probably might not record and play something is your asynchronous days. And we have those on Tuesdays for computer science and physics students. Now I'm going to come out of here. Remember, this is your library account. All you have access to it. Let me go back one more time in case you didn't see that. So library, right? Look for it. I think it's right underneath your journal. I'm focusing on library. Now, that's where you go to get all the recordings in case you miss class. The punishment for missing class, no matter what happened, is you got to sit down for a whole hour and do everything in that recording when you could have did it in class. This is what I'm trying to warn you guys. You guys make things harder on you when you don't come to class or you don't work while class is in session. So let me scroll down a little bit. And I want to pay attention to some students, and I'm going to pick on a student. You get 10 points, but let's take a look at, for instance, what David's done so far. Now, this is since Monday, right? If I click on David, Mr. Concepcion, I can actually go to a My Work section. So, David, you didn't come to class earlier. That's why you probably got an F right now. But you came to class now, and I think your brother was there. I think that both of you are in my first period class. But at any rate, if I go to where he's doing good at, it's the My Work section. That's because I haven't put a grade in for him yet because I want to share out and see what he has done so far. So that'll change. But if you notice here, if it says overdue and there's nothing blue right here when I see it, I'm going to put a 0 in. If I do see something was submitted, I'm going to check it, and it needs to be what I told you to turn in. Not a message, don't finesse me. You can't put a message in there and think you did the assignment. You are still held to that deadline. All right, so I want everybody to go to your My Work section, click on Assessments, and click on Submit. This is way better, let me go back, than you go into your classroom view. Now, your classroom view, if I come out of David's stuff, and I go to, for instance, let's go back to the class. And you'll notice the class, this is called the class view. This is the Facebook version, I call it. You're just scrolling until you find your homework. A lot of students are saying, I get confused. I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know about that because I've watched a lot of y'all online and offline. Y'all find which posts to go to, which sections to go to on Twitter. So this is the same way in Edsby. So get in the habit of always going to your My Class View, right? And then once you do that, you'll be able to like bypass all of this extra stuff. All right. So take a moment, log into Esby correctly, and do that. This whole week is getting you ready to take the training wheels off because we're going to be focused on instruction and not so much how do I upload or how do I get into Esby. We're going to be focused on instruction. All right. So I know it's your first week and a lot of students are asking questions they shouldn't ask because that means they didn't do certain things. Now, let me come out of this. I want to go to the objective one more time before I start the problem. And someone's gonna get some points. So, Rush, you want to choose, or should I just pick a student?
You could pick somebody.
Okay, so let me share this tab. All right, here we go. Now, I want to circle back to Miss Greer because I think I didn't hear from her a while back. She was away from her phone or her computer. Miss Greer, are you there? All right, I think she stepped away. So David, that's the only person I didn't hear from. We let Journey tear up all the points. David, are you able to read what's in the objective there on the screen? You got to turn your microphone on. There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Students will be able to evaluate the definition of average velocity with respect to displacement and elapsed time.
Elapsed time. Very good, sir. It's 20 points. And then I want I want Journey to read the word of the day and term of the day in that box over there.
Classroom term of the day is displacement. Word of the day, debunk.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let me come out of this. Where am I at? I'm going to come back to the document. Did everybody find the document inside that assignment? It's a PDF. So you have all the notes. You're not talking about scroll up, scroll down. Did everybody find that? So there's a PDF in there. Let me go back to the assignment and show you what I'm talking about. Now, if you didn't go to my work, you got to scroll all the way to the bottom because it's the oldest post, February 8th, 2021, right? Like I just did. So I'm all the way at the bottom of your Esby account. That's where the assignment is. So I'm gonna click on the assignment, and inside of the assignment, you'll see a PDF icon like this. This is all the notes from last Monday. All right, you notice where it says define? Some students haven't even done that. They haven't put the definitions of those words. Now we got new words that you can put in there and get an additional 25 points. So that means by today, you could have got a total of 50 points if you did those terms. And I left them there in the notes, and you add today's terms to the assignment. Now that means the definitions too, everybody. What Journey just read off to us. She got 20 points for that. So you should have all these notes set up the same way as me. Not all of this right here to the left. It should be centered. I know when you copied and pasted. That's why you have to go through and edit a certain way because it means you did some work. You didn't just say right click, copy, boom, here you go, Tyler. It's going to be a problem for you in the end. Do it the correct way. All right, so you got your example here in the PDF. Now, this problem, let's finish it off so I can give you time to work on the second part. Remember part A, right? Well, all we're going to do, because we set ourselves up, is just take the equation and solve, right? Because this is asking for the average velocity. Again, if you don't remember what that means, go back to that first video on Monday. So I'm going to grab this. And everybody should have their document open and set up like mine to do the rest of this. And you got to have this typed up too, everybody. So part A, what do we do? Well, this is strategy. Part A. Part A was for the what? The sprinter. That's the person that was running.
Do your PDF still supposed to be?
You said what?
Do your PDF still supposed to be? Oh, never mind. Change screens. Never mind.
Yeah, that was my fault. But thank you for letting me know, dear. So you see what I'm doing now?
I see.
Cool. So strategy for part A is, and then you just take the equation. If you did this already on Monday, you could just copy and paste these equations. That's what I want you copy and pasting. Putting the equations where they go as we work on it. Because if you do it in class, you ain't got a headache over the weekend trying to finish all this stuff. So I'm going to copy this over all the way down. And come on, y'all. I just can't. I got to call them and tell them, you can't call me in the mornings. And I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to talk to y'all. Teaching at that time. Why people think you're going to stop everything for them. All right. So come over here. And you'll notice I'm setting it up so I can now plug and play. The reason we can plug the numbers into our equation here is because we used some time up on Monday setting it up. It's a two-part problem. That's why I gave you 2 days to do it. And now we're on the third day, and some people haven't even done the first part. So look, everything for part A is listed. We talked about this in that first video. So what do I need? XI. Oh, also the PDF of the notes for Monday are in the assignment. So you could use that. Don't be telling me scroll up, scroll down. I'm be like, look for that PDF. I said that 10 minutes ago. Look for the PDF. In case you missed any of your notes, it's in the assignment already. I just gave it to you. So I'm moving on. And if you don't have a Google Doc set up, you need to, because you can't type on a PDF. You got to copy over what you can, move it over, edit it, or retype it, but you got to make it happen. That's the penalty for not being in class. You lose a lot of time doing your work because you're trying to play catch up at home. And that's because you didn't do the work initially. If I give you 10 minutes to work on it and I'm asking for share out and you don't have nothing, I'm not going to have pity on you because that means you wasted your 10 minutes. All right. And I don't want you wasting that. Now, what's the first value we need to get this, right? I'll come over here and I'm going to grab this and come down one. What's the first value? Let's go up to our known values for part A. I gave you everything, right? So the first value is what? Well, let's look at what we got. We got XF minus XI here, right? So what's XF? Well, if you go to part A, it's 71.3 meters. So let's put that in there. And if you did what I did, you could just copy it over, right? So I'm going to say, hey, let me grab this 71.3 meters. Come all the way down to here. And we're going to replace this XF, because that's what it is, 71.3 meters. All right, what's XI? Come up here, part A, right? Because we're working on it. And that's going to be what? 0 meters. So I'm going to copy that and put this right here inside of XI. Now you're starting to see, I hope you see why I always set up my knowns and unknowns, right? I mean, oh, it copied the unknown value. I didn't want you to do that. Okay, that's what happened there. I got it. There's a space between the known and unknowns. All right, boom. So that's what you have so far. Now we still got to get what? We got to get TF, and TI. Again, those values are given in your notes already. Oh, my stomach grumbling. It's time for me to cook. Gonna make some hard-boiled eggs and some bacon or something. So TF is 6.87. Let's come down here. And then I'm just gonna type it in. So it's 6.87 seconds. If you're confused about these values and where I got them from, I suggest you strongly watch the first video, which was Monday's class. It's in Ensby. Next one is 0 seconds. That's TI here for part A. Okay. I'm just finishing off the problem for you all. So that's 0 seconds. All right. So now you can rewrite this because there's some things, and yes, you have to write all your steps. That's why I had you read that. Make sure you show all steps. If you cut corners, I shave off points. It's kind of like I say, hey, build me a house. And I look in the house and I got water damage. I got empty windows, meaning there's nothing to keep me insulated. I'm going to take off some money from that because that's crappy work. Do what I do and get 100% credit, right? So we can cross this part out because that's 0 seconds. It's not always going to be the case, though. Sometimes you might get an initial value and you got to put that there and combine them before you do that. So we cross things out by clicking Format, Text, and strike out. And then we come over here too, and then we're going to strike that out as well. Oop, I did superscript. That's the wrong one. I want strike out. There we go. So now we can rewrite it, and you see equation gets a little smaller. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take this, and we're going to take this over here. Now we have an official equation that we can use to get the average velocity. So let's calculate that. What we can use is called Math Papa. And I'm going to grab this and put it down here, but I'm going to split screens in a minute, or I'm going to show you a different screen, which is called Math Papa. And if you don't have a calculator at home, you can use this. In a lot of cases, when we're doing our equations and stuff, it might get really big and complex. So you want to make sure, excuse me, you want to make sure you type it in correctly. All right, so what do we got here? Let me show you Math Papa real quick. So I'm going to put the link in the chat too so you can use it. Sometimes Math Papa be acting up though. I noticed that. So let me grab this, put that there. There we go. And if you notice, everybody click on that link so you can calculate it with me. And you can use this as a tool. There's another one called Symbolab, but sometimes when students use phones, Symbolab tries to charge you. So that's why I tried to use Math Papa. Make sure you click on Get Started when you do it, right? And here you go. And we're going to type in what we need to calculate the final answer, right? So you remember your notes. Let's take a look here. What do we have? We had 71.3 meters. You just type that in. Start by clicking in this field and using the division sign. And again, it was what? It was 71.3, right? We come down to divide. And what else do we have? We have, what was on the bottom of that? 6.87. Okay. If you see what I'm doing, the only thing I gotta do now is hit calculate.
How you get the line underneath?
So you have a keyboard.
Yeah.
You have like it says a 0, 1, 2, 3, a keyboard somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So do you know what the division symbol is?
No.
Oh, okay. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this without you seeing it, but you see my key, you see my screen?
Yeah.
So you see this button here? It looks like this.
Oh, with the two lines?
No. I'm on this. Is this like a forward slash or a backslash? You see what I'm doing or no? Let me grab another keyboard. Show you what I'm talking about. That's a good note. I should do that because students might not know what that means. A second. Okay, so this is a computer science thing, Journey. Okay, so there's the difference between forward slash and backslash. Now, when we're doing division, in most cases, it's this one here by the shift button. If you can see my finger. You see that? It's like too bright. Okay, there you go. So you see this by the shift button, you see that button has a question mark?
Yeah.
And if you press it, it should give you the division bar. Yes, no, maybe so.
I got it.
Okay. Okay, so the final answer, once you type in what I have on the screen, you hit calculate, and it'll give you this. Now, I suggest you use Math Papa Symbolab because sometimes you do a regular calculator, and if you don't understand your order of operations, you'll have a bit of a headache, okay? So, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. Okay. So let me see here. The answer was what? 10.38. I'm just rounding this 7, okay? So 10.38 is the final answer for that one. But now I'm going to, we got out here 11:10. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to work on part B on your own, All right. So using the same steps, you gotta like rewrite the equation because there's new values, right? We'll come over here. We said it's 10.87. So let me share what I'm doing here. And what happens is, if you can see what I'm doing, what happens is in the next step, the seconds will come out. So I'm gonna strike them out. They're not going away. They're gonna come outside of the parentheses because they're gonna become one. So strike that out. And then meters are gonna come outside of it too because it's gonna be your final answer is gonna be in meters per second. That's what we wanted from Monday. So now I can rewrite this, and like I said, on the outside of this will be meters per second. It means m over s, so a fraction basically with dimensions. And I can just remove all this because we calculated it and it's 10.87. Or was it 8? What is it? 10 point what? Go back to math, Pop. It was 10.38. That's what it is, 38 for my calculations. All right, so we're at the 10-minute mark. I'm gonna highlight this in black. Please get in the habit of doing that so I know when your final answer is done. You can even underline it for extra points. But if that's the right answer, you got most of those points, right? Now, what I want you all to focus on is part B, okay? Because the asynchronous problem is still due, and you got to do that one on your own. This is due by 8 p.m. tonight because tomorrow you all are going to have a new problem that we're going to do together, and we're going to get it done in that session, that one class. But if you're not paying attention, it's going to be hard on you Friday. Okay, so you can't wait till Friday to figure out how to do stuff. You got to do it in the class. Okay, so any questions? I'm going to put these notes here in the chat for you so you know what you do for part A. And then you need to figure out in 10 minutes how to do part B. Huh?
I do got a question.
Go ahead.
Do we gotta round all that? Can we just put the whole answer?
No, you got to round it, dear, because it's called significant digits in mathematics. So if you just put the whole answer every time, that's how buildings fall apart. You need to round it to 2 digits every time. Yeah, accuracy. Okay, so I gave you the notes. Now you got to do it on your own for part B. Use the strategy I gave, 10 minutes, and then we're going to share out. You have to share out. If you don't share out, what happens is you lose some points towards the assignment anyway, because it means you were not working on it with us and you was doing something else. That's fine. We're all adults, but you can't get excused for everything in life. You have to be held accountable. So be able to share something in 10 minutes. And then we're going to talk about the objective and get ready to move to GGI. I'm about to share the link to GGI in all classes right now because I don't want you all getting confused. So let me come here. 10 minutes. Uh-oh, Janiyah left. Oh, she comes back. All right, now let me get this ready for you, the GGI link. Where's GGI at? Come on now. This is kicking my butt. Where did it go? My SB. There, okay, this is the SB. Okay, all right. It was just on that. Oops. What are we working on? Okay, it's time for share outs. Let's use here. All right. Other people have not come back. All right, I'll deal with that later. So, David, how far did you get, man? You're first in the list on Google Meet. Can you share your screen, or have you typed up some things? David, you there? You're muted. Okay. I have to circle back to him. He seems like he's in the camera. Journey, how about you? Anything done, dear?
Yeah, I got some stuff done.
Can you share your screen real quick? We're almost
Yeah.
out of
Okay. Do you see it?
Yes, you're coming up. Oh, okay. Check you out. Okay, you started on part B. Then you got it done. All right, Journey. So I want you to use the same techniques on 2A, okay? You know what I'm talking about with 2A?
No.
Oh. So in SB, there is a second problem. It's a homework problem you got to finish. Okay? Do
I
you
do
see
got
it?
one question. Where you get the zeros from?
The zeros?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like in the meters. Or it's
Zero.
just like,
Oh, because remember, okay. So remember, it's displacement, right? That's why I want you to give me the definition of displacement. And displacement is always initial, which if it's at rest, it's zero. Final is the number that it made it to. So, for instance, if I said Journey was going to Excel Academy of Southwest and she had to travel 38 miles to get there, what is her XF and what is her XI? No, she muted herself. So you don't know? Is that what that means?
it's zero.
Well, which one is zero? You're close. 0 meters. That's XI, right?
Yes,
That's where you started at. XF is, what did I say earlier? How far did you travel?
the number that you said I traveled.
39, right?
Yeah, yeah.
39, let's say 39 meters. But that's where the zeros came from, Journey. So you got to be careful. If you're not starting with something and you've already at that position, like the runner has to walk back, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the numbers change in the known and unknowns.
Okay.
Okay. All right, but it's 4 more minutes. I want to make sure everybody is anybody else wants to share out because I want to share. Oh,
Was my
David.
answer right? Because I didn't know if I ran, well, I was supposed to
Well,
round.
I'll know once you send it to me. So make sure you finish it and then send me everything, and I'll review it and I'll let you know where you went wrong. But you guys got the GGI link? And someone's gonna get extra points because you guys stuck around. Other people tried to leave early. So if you don't have the GGI link, it's in SB, and I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. But if you go to SB and you go straight to your class, you will see a GGI post. And it looks like this. Let me put it in the chat for you. So, Jalen, I want you to get some points. I want you to read this. And Journey, I want you to read the objective before we get out of here. So there you go. Okay, Mr. Stuckey, you see that?
House and GGI is mentoring for all students, life skills class. Also, there are tons of awesome opportunities that students can take advantage of. Log in today to gain as a credit for participators. See you there, Zen.
Thank you, sir. And don't forget to click on that link. But before we go, Journey, I want you to take care of the objective real quick so I can get you some more points here. You're doing awesome. Keep up the leadership. Are you going to your girls who code tonight? I think she's going to need some help. She didn't say nothing.
I stopped going.
Why?
I just stopped going.
Oh, Lord, girl. Trying to get you a good job. Can you read it for me on the screen? The objective and the word of the day and stuff?
Okay. Students will be able to evaluate the definition of average velocity with respect to displacement and elapsed time. Classroom term of the day is displacement. Word of the day is debunk.
All right, I need you to get back into it because we got some more coding opportunities coming up for the girls. Ways you can make money from home. So, and I think a lot of extra credit assignments come out of that. So it's not just girls who code; it's let's code. So it's gonna be guys. I'm trying to get over there and ladies.
I'm gonna join back.
Okay, please do because you're pretty sharp. But click on that link, Journey and Jalen, and head over to GGI. It starts at 11:10, I think. A lot of students have been skipping it, so they pushed it back to 11:10, I think.
Okay.
All right. Get over there, Jalen. I know you like hanging out with me, fam, but get to GGI. I don't always see you over there. Get over there. Trying to make sure I keep your points up. All right. Rush, I'm about to close this down. I'll see you at GGI, I guess.
All right.